Hello and welcome to episode number 27 of my journey through Gran Turismo. So I think we'll be moving on to menu book number 38, which is the Ferrari collection. So again, we've got 3 cars to collect. So the 308 GTB, the 458 Italia, and the F12 Berlinetta. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. This will unlock the Le Mans circuit for us. So yeah, assuming 3 races again, obviously a car from each. So we'll head over to World Circuits. And to Europe and the Middle East. So we've got a race at Catalunya, a race at Dragon Trail, and a race in Italy. So we'll just start with Catalunya. So 5 laps, 700 performance points or less, and we have to use a Ferrari. So obviously we have just unlocked the F430. So I think racing soft tyres, and we'll leave it at that. So that takes us up to 661 performance points. So yeah, we'll just get straight into it. See if this is quick enough. So again, we'll just wait for that gap to the leader to appear, and then we should have an idea of how much time we need to be gaining each lap. So 29 seconds. Obviously, it's a 5 lap race, so is that 6 seconds a lap? So yeah, it does seem to be a pretty stable car, this one. So just making our way through the pack. We have already caught quite a bit of time to the leader. And again, it looks to be the layout with the chicane. So just remember to turn in there if you're used to the track without that. He got a bit sideways into there, didn't he? So yeah, so after lap 1, we've caught around 11 seconds. So I think the lead car was one that's going to be one of the slower ones. So I am expecting once the second place car does get into the lead, we probably won't catch just as fast. But we are up to 3rd and got a nice gap ahead of us now. Just to not have to drive offline to overtake, so we can just concentrate on putting some nice laps together. catch them in not too long. So we can actually see them just going into the hairpin. Yeah, just over 6 seconds in front. But yeah, it doesn't actually look like seconds catching first, which I'm surprised at, since it should be a much better car. Right, it's definitely quick down the straights. Yeah, so that's into the first position, just at the start of lap 3. Could probably have gotten away with sports softs, possibly, but now obviously these races are becoming, or can become, more difficult now. I'm not wanting to really take the risk of having to redo them just because I've not spent a bit of extra money on some better tyres. I mean, I know there is quite a difference between the prices of the sports softs and the racing softs, but yeah, overall I'd rather just get the racing tyres straight away. And we will obviously earn the money back that we've spent on them in these races anyway. So it's not really costing us anything. So yeah, on to lap 4. 7.5 seconds in front of second. And there is possibly a chance of us actually lapping a car in this one. Although it is still quite far away, so does just depend how much quicker we are than that, but I think it is actually further away than I thought it was when I first noticed it. But anyway. I do keep running wide at a few of these corners, but didn't like the curve then. Yeah, so moving on to the final lap, obviously that sort of half spin did cost us a lot of time. We'll try and see if I can put a decent lap together. too slow out of there, but we are still almost 7/10 up just through sector 1, and we have caught that car, so hopefully he don't get in his way. I don't think we've really lost any time behind the car we've just lapped, but we'll see just as we get down into here. So no, yeah, we have gained a little bit more than what we had through the first sector. Try not to make that same mistake again, and not take too much inside curve there. I did accidentally double shift then, which to be fair I might not have actually needed to drop back into third. It did seem to pick up pretty well, and yeah, we did end up getting the fastest lap on that last lap. Which yeah was a 50.9, which when I did look at the optimal, I think that was a 50.7. May have changed obviously with having some faster sectors on that last lap, but it's not a million miles away. So yeah, that unlocks us the 308 GTB. And that moves us on to race number 2, which we will go to Italy for. Again, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I know I do with some of them, and I probably get them wrong. But yeah, I'm not even going to attempt this one. So yeah, another 5 laps. Stay in the same car. Obviously with the same tyres, and just hopefully have a pretty simple race again. Yeah, just wait for that gap to the leader to pop up, and it's 35 seconds this time, so 7 seconds a lap. So just try to not lose too much time overtaking. Yeah, well, yeah, we're already catching nice and quickly, although taking that line through there is really not going to help. Luckily, just had enough of a gap to squeeze through there. We're far enough past him, but I don't know if he just moved over slightly. Anyway, so yeah, over 11 seconds faster on that one. So yeah, we should be onto the leader by the end of lap 3 again. And yeah, I'm actually slightly surprised that this is so easy to drive. Obviously, it has gotten a little bit sideways out a couple of the slower corners on acceleration, but other than that, it's yeah, very easy. And even when it has gotten a little bit sideways, it's easy enough to control. Choose every bit of the track possible. Careful, because I think it's going to be going very slow out of there. But yeah, so just when you're turning with a bit, well, so like through the faster corners, if you do drop down a gear, it can unsettle it a bit. So that is something to just watch out for. But other than that, it's, yeah, like I say, it's pretty easy to drive. Again, so just, yeah, through turns 1 and 2, if you're a bit too eager on the accelerator, it will slide a bit, but again, not too much. That thing's quick. And better in corners though. Did have to be careful then, because he was trying to or are thinking about coming up the inside. Didn't want to turn across the front and obviously end up in a spin. But yeah, I think now that we're past and into the lead, I think we should be fine. A little bit wide there. I say a little bit, obviously. A bit too much. Managed to avoid having a spin on the grass. So no harm done really. Might have lost half a second or so, but yeah, so on to lap 4, and we've got a 5-second gap to second. Again, another one where sport softs would probably be enough. But yeah, looking nice and simple. So I didn't actually notice it this time, but we are coming up on a back marker. So yeah, we lapped the car on the 4th lap. I'm glad I'm not trying to use that car. So yeah, on to the last lap. That other car has gotten into second now, but obviously we're quite far in front. Well, 9.5 seconds. So yeah, plenty of gap, and it is only quicker down the straights. We obviously gain time on it, through the corners. So yeah, not to worry about. Just no unforced errors. No need to have any silly spins. Although I say that and I'm still getting purples, albeit they are fractional. And we are coming up on another back mark that's going to compromise our line. We have moved to just over a quarter of a second up on the fastest lap time into sector 3. Yeah, so just coming into the final turn now, and a bit deep. See how this lap time does, and yeah, probably a quarter of a second up on the previous quickest. So yeah, that's again another nice easy win. And that moves us on to race number 3, and unlocks the F12 for us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move to whatever it is that the next track is. I can't remember what it was. I know it's over in the right, Dragon Trail. So yeah, another 5 laps and we are around Dragon Trail Seaside. So yeah, the dodgy chicane again. But yeah, as long as we can just try and avoid getting caught up with any other cars, it should be absolutely fine. So yeah, again obviously staying with the same car, racing softs, and probably another 30 odd second gap to the leader once that appears. Actually on the well, it's at 27. So I had the car that's very quick in a straight line, trying to go on, well, go up my outside, whilst I was trying to go through about 3 other cars. That nearly ended in disaster. managed to just get away with it. Come on, get out of it. Yeah, I obviously had to brake a lot more than I was planning on doing into there, just because if I'd have gone through that at the speed I was planning on doing, I'd have just run straight into the back of that other car. Got these two badging each other all over the place. So yeah, that's lap 1, and we're up to 5th. And we're 17 seconds behind. But yeah, I do like this circuit actually. It's quite a nice layout. Obviously, that chicane is extremely dodgy. And some of these curbs as well, they've got the sort of cambered until the last bit of them, which is sort of like a flat top. So if you run too far over the edge of those, they just grab and send the car flying. Again, another one I had to back out of, just to save running into the back of the car ahead. But yeah, so up to 3rd now, and 8 seconds behind with 3 laps to go. Broke around that little kink for some strange reason. Not unexpected though, as we are well aware. But yeah, just decided to then move right back over to the right hand side of the track, even though I was obviously carrying a lot more speed and going for that same bit of tarmac. I'm hoping we can get past before we get to the chicane, but always going to be awkward to do it without touching, at least anyway, with obviously again them braking in strange places. But yeah, so into the lead on the 3rd lap again. Two laps to go. Yeah, if you look at the times down at the bottom, just getting a clean run at that chicane meant I was 2 seconds faster just through that sector on that last lap. But yeah, again, another one where sports softs would probably have been more than good enough. as I say, I don't see any real point in risking having to do these races again. I mean, obviously we could have ended up having to do them again anyway, even with the softs, the racing softs on. But yeah, rather going with what appears to be the best chance right from the start. Didn't want to turn then. Yeah, so on to the final lap, over 13 seconds in front. Yeah, just making sure we don't make any silly mistakes. Try to go for a quick lap time again. As I always like to do on the last lap. Although we are coming up on a back marker that we're probably going to catch at the worst possible time. So yeah, just over half a second up, but not got that one. I was just worried about where that car were going to be for us coming out, and yeah, the front end were pushing as I were going into it, which meant obviously it didn't turn as well as I needed it to. But yeah, another nice and easy win, and that's the 3 races done. So that'll unlock us the 458, I think. Yeah. So that completes the menu book. So we'll head back to the cafe. And yeah, that's the Ferrari collection completed. And yeah, Le Mans unlocked. So yeah, that moves us on to menu book number 39, which is the World GT series. So yeah, I'll obviously cover that in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you join me again for the next one. So yeah, that's all for this one, and bye for now.